Hey everybody, Josh Runquist here for Heavy Debriefings, and I can't believe it, we're already into the top 50 of the top 100 albums of 2023. And of course today is part 6, 50 through 41. If you don't know the rules, go down below, and let's begin. Coming in at number 50 is Mistfall with Celestial Vision. This debut album from this Greek symphonic gothic metal band is something to truly behold, and another great example that symphonic metal still truly lives despite so many bands going into the modern metal realm. If you love old school Epica, Nightwish, you're gonna find something to really appreciate here. But of course the band ends their own blends and spices to really make this album and the band themselves truly stand out. With this being their debut album, I only imagine the best is yet to come, and I can't wait to see what happens with their sophomore album. But until then, if you need that symphonic gothic metal twist, this is a band you need to check out. Coming in at number 49 is Enforced with War Remains. And I'll keep this one short and sweet. This is the best thrash metal album of 2023. It combines the crossover of Municipal Waste, the death metal side of Obituary, that classic thrash metal sound, and everything that you could ever love in thrash metal in 2023. Nice, heavy, aggressive, and a great look at the state of the world. What else could you possibly want? Coming in at number 48 is Abandon All with Far Away. Another fantastic debut album from Finland. But rather than going the melodic death metal route, they focus more on the gloomier side, the more melancholic side, and a great sense of heavy metal. It's the kind of stuff that I wish would be on top 40 at hard rock radio, and maybe one day things will change for the better. But until then, this band is way too underappreciated here in America, mainly because they just came out. I hope there will be more people like me that check this album out, because it is fantastic, filled with great catchy gothic hooks, fantastic choruses, and so many things that I think people would really appreciate. Go out and check out Abandon All. Coming in at number 47 is Venti with their third album, Woven into Ashes. And I can easily say without a shadow of doubt, this is their best album to date. The melodic moments are so catchy, their extreme moments flabbergasting on what they're able to accomplish here. The vocal range is astounding, the musicianship is top-notch. I can't say enough good things about this. If you want something like Niavlascaris without the violin parts, but you like the idea of the contrast of really extreme metal and progressive metal, you can't do much better than Venti. Coming in at number 46 is Orbit Culture with Descent, and this is the first album that I've heard from the band, and having checked out their previous material, this is their best stuff to date, and I really enjoy what they're doing here. I think there's some fantastic stuff going on. It can get symphonic, it can get near deathcore, it can get poppy, thrashy, progressive. They hit so many different territories while all of it makes so much sense. And it's all catchy as all get-go as well. No matter your style of metal, you'll find something here. Of course, they've become social media darlings thanks to apps like TikTok. That's not how I discovered them, but I'm glad that I did. And any way for a band to be able to get their name out in 2023, I can't knock. Coming in at number 45 is Edenfall with To Gaze Longer at the Earth. While it did take 9 years for this album to come to fruition, I'm so glad that it did, as this has some of the band's best material to date. It just feels so strong, they feel revitalized, and it just hits that gothic doom metal tinge that I love so much. No matter your style of it, whether you love Paradise Lost, whether you love My Dying Bride, whether you love Early Anathema, no matter your style, you're gonna find something to appreciate here. Even elements of like Tristania, you'll find in Edenfall. There's some fantastic stuff here if you just look for it, and I can't recommend this album enough. Coming in at 44 is a brand new band known as Timic with Terror Management Theory. This is a brand new supergroup featuring past and present members of Shining, the Neil Morse Group, Haken, Devin Townsend, Marathon. It's just an incredible record, and there is a reason why it is getting so much notoriety. This is how you do progressive rock and progressive metal in 2023. It's so catchy, so heavy, goes into so many different territories with it all being so cohesive, and everyone in this band is beyond skilled, beyond their years. Absolutely phenomenal stuff, and everyone in this band is able to be shown off in the best way possible. If you're looking for something with a little bit of a different kick in 2023 when it comes to prog, check out Timic. Coming in at number 43 is Saturnus with the return album The Storm Within. While the band didn't officially break up or anything, it did take a long time for this thing to come out, well over a decade, but I'm so glad that it did. One of the saddest albums of 2023, maybe not the saddest, but it's up there. And especially with a name like The Storm Within, you can get an idea of what it's all about. It really hits the mental health influences, the state of the world, everything that's going on, and of course when you're doing melodic death doom, it matches up perfectly with the lyrics. It is devastating. There's no other way to describe it. It is a devastatingly dark album, and I love every single second of it. If you need a doom album to really match what's going on outside right now, when it comes to the dark, deep, cold weather, Saturnus really hits the spot. Coming in at 42 is Battleborn with Blood, Fire, Magic, and Steel. And if you couldn't guess by the title, either from the band or the album, this is heavily inspired power metal, and of course in the realms of the Elder Scrolls series, most specifically Skyrim. They wanted to be what would be the most popular and heavy metal band in all of Skyrim, and I think they really knock it out of the park here. They have little nods and Easter eggs in all of their songs that if you really pay attention to the Elder Scrolls, you're gonna find something to appreciate here. And of course the music is over the top cheesy and heavy, just the way that this kind of power metal should be. And I am all for it. It is fantastic, absolutely phenomenal work here. And just as their debut album, I can't wait to see what else they tackle. Are they going to continue on in Skyrim? Are they going to go into Morrowind or Oblivion? Are they going to wait for Elder Scrolls 6 and be able to have some new lore to be able to tackle? Regardless of what happens, I can't wait. And finally coming in at number 41 is Gridlink with their return album, Coronet Juniper. The band decided to call it quits several years back, and I was so disappointed as I felt like they ended on their highest notes, but I wanted them to be able to continue going. Now the band is back, and with only 18 minutes of music, for grindcore, this absolutely is a full LP. Many people might consider it an EP, but again, if you're not familiar with grindcore, this is actually quite long for a grindcore album. Although, if you want to double it, it does go to 36 minutes because they do have the instrumental version as well, or as they call it, the karaoke version. But all in all, this is some progressive grindcore, my favorite kind of grindcore, where there is all the intensity and chaos that goes into it, but they add a lot of progressive elements that you would never see coming. Sometimes even clean vocals, clean passages, going into other genres of music, but always maintaining that chaos through and through. I am so glad that Gridlink is back, and you should be as well. And there you go, folks, part 6 of the top 100 albums of 2023 has concluded. Only 4 parts left in this entire series. I can't believe it. What have you thought so far? Any favorite albums so far? Any albums that really make you mad made the list? What do you expect is going to happen in the top 40 albums of 2023? Let me know everything down below. And of course, check out the rules if you haven't before down there so you know how I do all of this. And if you want a little longer take on how I feel about these albums, make sure to go to heavydebriefings.weebly.com and check out the written version of the top 100 albums of 2023. And until tomorrow, for part 7, this is Heavy Debriefings and Josh Runquist saying, see ya.